Now at 6, we're recapping the first and perhaps only presidential debate between Vice President Harris and former President Trump. Hear why the debate was important to Republicans and Democrats here in northern Michigan. We're previewing local remembrance ceremonies on this 23rd anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Plus, see how city leaders in Ludington are recognizing 4 teenagers who helped save a man's life. And speaking of the remembrance ceremonies here on this September 11th, you're taking a live look in Grand Traverse County, where we're going to have more information on how you can take part today.
Yes, and we have a very special piece of something to remember those by. So Miss Madison will cover what that is and how you can take part in that ceremony later on today in Grand Traverse County. We are waking up to some areas with some light showers, but we are going live there in Mackinac City where we're not seeing any rain right now. 64 degrees under a southerly wind, and looks like we're seeing a little bit of some clearing there over Mackinac City, but some light showers as you're heading out the door. So on the edge of Emmett County into Charlevoix, looks like some showers just passing through Central Lake, closer to Mansalona, and then portions of Kalkaska County seeing some isolated showers, some down into Roscommon, Oscoda, all the way up to the southern edge of Alpena counties, closer to even Alcona counties this morning. The bus stop forecast, if you're getting the kids ready for school, some of us will need a light jacket as you get the kids ready for school. So 51 to 67 degrees today. By the time they're heading home, our temperatures will be 69 to around 78. I do think we will see a little bit more cloud cover, but some sunshine peeking through the clouds with some haze by this afternoon. We are tracking a dry stretch of weather after these light sprinkles are in the forecast, and we'll take a closer look at that full forecast coming up in a few minutes.
After a contentious debate, Vice President Harris and former President Trump are both claiming victory. The candidates sparred over the economy, immigration, and reproductive rights. The 90-minute debate was riddled with personal attacks. NBC's Bree Jackson has a recap.
Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump shaking hands before facing off on the debate stage, sparring over a top issue for many voters, the economy.
This has been a disaster for people, for the middle class, but for every class.
Donald Trump actually has no plan for you because he is more interested in defending himself than he is in looking out for you.
On abortion,
For 52 years, this issue has torn our country apart, and they've wanted it back in the states. And I did something that nobody thought was possible.
The government, and Donald Trump certainly, should not be telling a woman what to do with her body.
throughout the debate, Trump pivoted to the topic of immigration, blasting Harris for challenges at the southern border.
They've destroyed the fabric of our country. Millions of people let in.
After hearing Trump defend the insurrectionists who stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6, the former prosecutor painted the former president as a threat while urging Americans to reject his presidential bid.
End the chaos and to end the approach that is about attacking the foundations of our democracy because you don't like the outcome.
Trump repeating false claims about election fraud as both candidates make their case to voters on the debate stage. Afterwards, Trump making a rare spin room appearance to tout his performance, while Vice President Harris picked up an endorsement and praise from megastar Taylor Swift. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
This morning, we're taking you to presidential debate watch parties in Traverse City. Up North Live's Cody Bear spoke with Democrats and Republicans to learn why the debate was important to them.
This is exciting to have like-minded people around. It's usually just me and my husband sitting at home and certain times yelling at the TV. So this is important. It's fun. It's uplifting.
With Michigan being such an important battleground state in this election, many organizers made it a priority to bring people together to watch the presidential debate. Grand Traverse GOP held a watch party at their headquarters in Traverse City, where many supporters hoped to learn more about Vice President Kamala Harris.
Well, I think it's important for Trump to expose some of the positions of Kamala Harris. To date, she hasn't done that many interviews, and all of the press wants to hear her positions.
Meanwhile, Team Harris Walls and the Michigan Democratic Party hosted a debate watch party of their own at the Elderberry Farms estate in Traverse City. Many supporters gathering there found the debate important for a similar reason.
Many people want to know more about Kamala Harris and her ideas for her presidency and how she's going to help everyday working people.
With this being the first time Harris and former President Donald Trump go head-to-head, some watch party goers just wanted to see how they would fare going against each other.
I think watching this debate, you can get to see the interaction of the two, and you can see who's actually one that's calm, got the ideas together, and then can form, full sentences.
While many voters have their minds made up already, Democrats and Republicans alike believe that the debates like this one can make the difference with undecided voters.
It will definitely open up the minds of the people who are on the fence, one way or the other.
That's why it's important. They can find out all they want to know about her by watching debates and further investigating on their own.
Reporting in Grand Traverse County, Cody Baer, Up North Live News.
Today marks 23 years since the terror attacks of September 11th. You're taking a live look at New York City. Memorial services are planned from coast to coast this morning. The ceremonies will honor the nearly 3,000 people killed in New York City, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania. Now you're taking a live look in Leelanau County. Governor Whitmer has ordered U.S. and Michigan flags to be lowered to half-staff. It's to remember and honor the heroes who lost their lives and those who sacrificed their lives for others. This morning, you're invited to a 9/11 commemoration in Leelanau County. The Glen Lake Fire Department is hosting the event at Station Number 1 in Glen Arbor. Starts at 8:30. The service includes music by local artists, a tolling of the bell, speakers, and a time of silence and prayer. In Grand Traverse County, a fire station is getting ready to honor those lost with its own 9/11 ceremony. It'll be held today at the Grand Traverse 9/11 Memorial Park along Parsons Road. That ceremony is happening from 8:30 to 9 a.m. Reporter Madison Stoddard will be live with a preview of that event in just a few minutes. Lake Superior State University is also honoring the anniversary with a ceremony. It's happening at 10 a.m. at Pledger Commons. Everybody's welcome to join. Local government officials, armed service members, law enforcement officers, and firefighters from the local department will be there. This morning, 2 people are recovering after a high-speed boating crash in Roscommon County. You're looking at video from the Roscommon County Sheriff's Office. Deputies were called to Higgins Lake on Monday. It was about a mile away from the West Higgins Lake boat launch. Deputies found 2 people who had been thrown from the boat and were in the water without life jackets. It was suspected they had broken bones. The Sheriff's Office says it appears the boat lost control and abruptly turned sideways. No other boats were involved in that crash. The Refuge, which is a homeless shelter in Otsego County, will be opening later than normal this season. The shelter works with local hotels and motels to house the homeless until they can find more permanent housing. Leaders say the need for shelter has increased significantly. The shelter normally opens on October 1st, but this year it will not be opening until October 28th. The shelter coordinator says the board is not sure what funding will be available this year, so they thought that by shortening the season, it might be helpful later on. They hope to extend funding to stay open through the winter months. 4 teenagers were recognized at a city council meeting in Ludington. The police department says the teens risked their own safety to help a stranger. A couple weeks ago, Braden Lewis, Joey Spahn Baxter, Gary Jacobs, and Bradley Schneider swam to a man who was unresponsive. He was in the water at Stearns Beach in Ludington. They were able to get him to the Mason County Sheriff's boat. From there, CPR was started and the man survived. The 4 teenagers were presented with the Ludington Police Department Civilian Life-Saving Award and a proclamation approved by the council. A reminder, for the latest news, weather, and sports, go to our website, upnorthlive.com.
Good morning, I'm Madison Stoddard, and we're honoring the 23rd anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attack with a special ceremony in Grand Traverse County coming up next.
It's been 23 years since the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Today, we're honoring survivors and those who lost their lives. The Grand Traverse Metro Fire Department will host a memorial service at the GT 9/11 Memorial Park. Up North Live's Madison Stoddard is live at the park with a preview of the memorial. Hi, Madison. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. We're here at the Grand Traverse 9/11 Memorial Park, remembering 23 years today. I'm joined here with Chief Mackin. Thanks for waking up with us this morning on the Day of Remembrance. Talk a little about the meaning of hosting this ceremony today.
Yeah, good morning, Madison. The significance of it is that that as a country and as a community that we never forget those that lost their lives on the day of the attack, and also all the selfless heroes that lost their lives, trying to help those that day.
And talk a little about the agenda and what attendees can expect today.
Yeah, today we're going to start with a opening ceremony, a flag ceremony. We'll also have our Grand Traverse Honor Guard, accompanied by some of our local Boy Scout and Cub Scout troops. I'll be conducting that. We'll have a moment of silence. We'll have some local artists performing, singing. We'll have bagpipes. We'll also have a bell tolling ceremony to honor the fallen emergency services workers, and we'll have a prayer by our department chaplain, and as well as an address to the crowd.
And talk a little about the Adopt a Hero program that you have.
Sure. The Adopt a Hero program was started by the foundation that essentially put this memorial together. That was started just to raise funds to not only establish the park and the memorial, but also to maintain it over the years. So information for that, people can still donate. Information for that is on our website.
And when should people come out today?
It'd probably be a good idea to get here about 8 o'clock as the ceremony starts at 8:30. I imagine it'll be pretty crowded, so it'd be good to get here early.
And if you can't be here physically, you also can stream it as well.
Yes, it's going to be streamed live on our Facebook page, and that'll be available for people at home, people that can't get out here, just to be able to join in on the ceremony.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here this morning. Coming up, we'll learn about some of the special pieces that are here at the Memorial Park, live in Grand Traverse County. I am Madison Stoddard, Up North Live News.